outlook for 2019 hog production is for the 5th record year in production. I think that's important because it's not just pork production. It's really total red meat and poultry. Beef producers have expanded aggressively the last several years. 2019 should beat the record set in 2002 of record beef production. We're looking at 27 billion pounds of beef production, 27 billion pounds of pork production. On top of poultry producers have seen expansion and record production the last 6 years. Likely 2019 will be the 7th year of record poultry production. These record supplies really underscore the demand strength that's going to be needed and what will determine 2019 livestock prices. When you look at the export markets, it's important to understand that our active export market development has really allowed the production increases that we just talked about to the levels that they've seen. If we didn't see the export growth that we have seen, prices would have been much lower and we would have seen much less expansion in the industry. Now we've seen trade tensions. That's definitely added volatility to the market. You can point to 2018 and hog prices, where those prices started out at the beginning of the year, and especially when you look at August and September, prices really declined significantly. That was very much related to those trade tensions. Going forward, as we look at 2019, pork exports are expected up 8%. That could be much higher or much lower, really depending on sales to China and Mexico, where we both still have trade issues with them. On the beef side, we've really seen an explosion in exports, both from a volume standpoint as well as a value standpoint. That's really kept cattle prices where they are today. They could be much lower if we didn't see such strong demand from our export partners. Now we're likely seeing modest export growth for cattle in 2019. But what we've learned over the last couple of years is we've had expectations of modest growth, but we've really blown past those modest expectations. So really potential for strong export growth in beef again this year. In the environment that we're in with these record supplies of red meat and poultry, over 100 billion pounds, there's going to be a lot of competition for consumers' dollars. Now we've seen demand strength really both domestically and on the export market hold up those prices to where they're at, especially when you look at the beef market. We've seen beef prices up really since August. They've increased into the holiday season, somewhat what we expect because you do see larger expenditures on beef during the holiday season, people celebrating. But also I think that is due to our financial situation is relatively strong, and so you're seeing more dollars spent on beef. On the flip side, you've seen a bit softer pork prices, and I think that's really related to the larger volumes that we've seen. So to clear that pork from the market, you've had to see a little bit lower prices. As we get into 2019, I think we are likely to see prices similar to 2018 at the consumer level because demand remains so strong. But what I think you're likely to see as consumers is some deals, so buy one, get one free, or some volume sales potentially, because realizing there is large supplies on the market and retail will want to clear those supplies.